As the search continues for Kaine Horman, today we are getting a rare glimpse at emails written by Terri Horman a few weeks after he vanished. Kaine disappeared from Skyline School on June 4th, and police continue to say that he was last seen with his stepmother, Terri Horman. And now, only on 12, we have some of the emails Terri wrote to friends and her husband, Kaine, just a few weeks later. KPTV's Jamie Wilson joins us live now with more. Jamie?
Well, the grand jury is in session once again downtown here today, and about a couple of hours ago, we want to let you know first that we saw Captain Mike Schultz going into the courthouse. Schultz has been very close to this investigation since the day Kaine disappeared. He was the Horman family's liaison early on, and he actually stayed with them in their home for the first couple of weeks after Kaine vanished. Today, though, Schultz would not give me any details about what he was about to present to the grand jury. But now we are getting brand new insight into the last weekend in June. You might remember that's the weekend that Kaine Horman took his and Terri's young daughter. He moved out of the house, slapped her with a restraining order, and filed for divorce. And new emails that we've just gotten today are giving us new insight into what was really happening during that time. Did you feel like that flyer being out with your wife's pictures on it painted her as a suspect at all?
No. She was one of the last people that saw him that day, and again, it just helped associate things that were seen along with him on that particular day, so no.
Friday, June 25th, during Kaine's parents' first interview with us, Kaine Horman defended his wife Terri. But the very next day, Kaine took their daughter Kiara and moved out of the house. In an email exclusively given to Fox 12, a Horman family friend writes to another friend that same day, talking about a recent conversation with Terri. The friend says, "I was talking to her in general, just to say, how are you? Any way I can help, I will, etc." And she ended up telling me about how they are still very focused on Sauvie Island, and telling me that she was driving down Highway 30 on the day Kaine disappeared, etc. But she doesn't know why they are focusing on the island. "I don't know. It is all weird. Where is the boy?" Soon after, the other friend replies saying, "Not looking so good for Terri, is it?" Terri called me this afternoon a couple of hours after I talked to Kaine, said she was having a bad day, that she and Kaine had a fight. She was driving, then said she noticed a detective following her and had to go. Then, much later that night, just before midnight, Terri Horman writes to Kaine on his work account at Intel. Terri says, "Okay, I love you, but this is ridiculous. What you are doing is parental child abduction and is illegal. I need to know where my daughter is and if she is safe. You were really upset with me when you left. What is it that we need to do to reconcile this? I don't want to call 911, but I need a resolution, please. If I don't hear from you in an hour, I will call 911. Terri." And sure enough, about an hour later, early Sunday morning, Terri emails her friend, "I just called 911. They directed me to non-emergency. Guess what? Since we are married, we have joint custody, and he can do that. Gee, too bad I didn't know that. I told the dispatch who we are in relation to the Kaine Horman case, and she is having someone call me. Give a mark for the FBI. Terri." Now, a couple of weeks after Kaine disappeared, you might remember that police started handing out a flyer near Skyline School that had Terri Horman's picture on it and also a picture of her white pickup truck. Well, take a look. This is the new flyer. Terri and the truck are on it once again, but Terri's friend Dee Dee Spicer has also been added to it. They started handing this version out last weekend. Now, coming up new at 4:30, we're going to talk to a former police detective about what this new flyer might say about Dee Dee Spicer and what it means for the case. Live in downtown Portland today, Jamie Wilson, the 4 o'clock news.
If you have